Hey there, Leo. This tarot card reading covers the period of March 6th through March 13th. I'm going to start out by taking a look at how the new moon in Pisces impacted you. For Leos, the impact would be in the 8th house. That has to do with sex, inheritance, transformation, loss, debts, finances, things like that. And with the new moon in Pisces, it's taking a look at new starts when it comes to things like dreams, intuition, deep aspects of the self. So deep transformations are kind of happening or have happened. The new moon in Pisces, depending on where in the world you are, occurs March the 2nd to March the 3rd. So we're going to take a look at that, as well as your current energies and message of advice from your future self. So we have here as the impact of the new moon in Pisces, a time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. So it seems that if you have been reaping the rewards of something lately, that perhaps that's time to switch it up and start giving. You have here the 7 of Cups, which indicates not really knowing exactly what you want or kind of fantasizing about potentials. You have the 10 of Swords, which is pretty much hitting rock bottom, but also the 9 of Pentacles, which is having a sense of enjoying the benefits of your hard work. So basically it seems that if you've just been kind of taking, you're kind of just taking everything that isn't really what your heart desires, but you have been in the position to just get what you want, and now it's really impacted you in that you're not exactly sure where to go, and this impacts how you kind of set yourself up financially. So the current energies, you have gentleness. Be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. So the beginning of March is pretty much a chaotic time. You've got Mars and Pluto meeting up. So if you've had a sense of kind of like grumpiness, not really, if there's some conflicts and so forth, it might affect it. It might lead to, hitting rock bottom. So with the current energies, it's just knowing that words do matter, that how you approach a situation does impact how things go. So you have here the 3 of Cups, which indicates relationships, social groups. You have the King of Swords in terms of making decisions, someone in power, how you communicate. And then you have the Princess of Wands, which is about self-exploration, discovery, things like that. In the advice from your future self, you have loyal heart here. So it's about making decisions that will, impact your future. Though, with Leo, you have loyalty as one of your major characteristics. So it's basically telling you to stay true to your heart. You have the Five of Wands, which indicates a sense of conflicts. You have the King of Wands, which is about a visionary leader pursuing your passion. And then you have the Empress, which is about sexuality, having creativity, and certain ideas that have to do with perhaps motherhood. But the way I'm seeing it is, if there is some kind of conflict, you want to not force others to see things your way. If you have, if you're passionate about your goal and true to your goal, then you'll be able to draw people your way, and you'll come to a place where it's almost like a sense of abundance there. But we'll go ahead and clarify as we get to that path. So looking at the Seven of Cups, with the impact of the new moon, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So it could be that I'm almost seeing it as if this has to do with buying things, where you've been purchasing things to kind of create this life of, you know, you have everything you want, and feeling that you are in a place of financial abundance, but you're not. And of course, everyone wants to feel like, you know, they've got good things around them. They, you know, want to reward themselves for hard work. But it seems that there was something here where maybe you just went a little too far with a certain approach, and it's kind of leading to your own demise. Let me go ahead and clarify the Ten of Swords. You have the Three of Cups showing up again. So with that, it almost seems that it has to do with your social group, that perhaps you actually push things a little too far with someone in your social group, and even though they may have been on the receiving end of your wrath, you're getting the backlash of it. And with the Nine of Pentacles, I'll go ahead and clarify that. You have the Eight of Pentacles. So this concept of giving rather than taking is almost a way for you to kind of slow down when it comes to trying to buy your way into feeling that you're surrounded with people that care, and actually take the time to care about the people around you. See how you can actually rise them up instead of, you know, taking them down. And really, you are in a good spot for when it comes to your career, but seeing how you can also improve others around you and kind of lift everyone up. With this current energy of gentleness, again with the Three of Cups here, I would say it is kind of advising that you just watch your words with how you want to, you know, talk to people in your environment, whether they're coworkers or friends. You have the Ten of Swords again. So interesting. Here you had the Ten of Swords clarified by the Three of Cups. In this row, in the current energies, you have the Three of Cups clarified by the Ten of Swords. So it's kind of a real draw to have you kind of take a look at how your thought process and interaction with others really gets the point across that you want to make, but also maintaining those relationships if they're the ones you want to maintain. You have the King of Swords here, which is really, the King of Swords is someone in power who has authority, that has the ability to make decisions that impact a lot of people. But the King of Swords isn't going around, chopping everyone with a sword. The King of Swords has compassion and is looking at things to benefit the most people. And if there's not great news to give, the King of Swords is trying to connect with people in a, it's like breaking bad news. There's a tone of voice that you might take. There's a certain social setting or, environment where you would want to convey bad news. Or even, depending on, it might not be bad news, it might be the recipient is someone who they wouldn't want to hear it, or it's just something that's going to get them to react in a certain way that is not good for them. So it's kind of saying, be gentle, be more loving instead of authoritative. So let me clarify the King of Swords. You have the High Priestess, which is basically, I'm getting to kind of things from here, that there is a certain amount of secrets that are going to be revealed, and you might want to help reveal those secrets. And then also a sense of really use your intuition. Tap into what is it that you want to accomplish? How can you get that accomplished while being kind of tactful and gentle with the information? So let me clarify the High Priestess. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So how you really approach a certain situation is going to possibly change this cycle of the Ten of Swords and Three of Cups. I'm going to further clarify it. You have the Justice card, which, similar to the King of Swords, is about truth, is about kind of using your power and communications to make things right. But there is also a sense of cause and effect to consider. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you necessarily have to do something. What I'm kind of getting at is this sense of a time to give rather than take. So how you can make things right in a way that's fair for others. I'm going to further clarify the Justice card. You have the Ace of Wands here. So it's almost as if you have the opportunity to kind of change how you are approaching things, and you can make things right by making the change without having to disrupt, without making it where you are kind of asserting your authority. You can make that change where other people kind of see something that's inspiring. Let's see, for example, let's say that that someone is cheating on certain exams, and you want to, tell people. You want to tell everyone about it, maybe post it on social media, call out this person, bring shame to this person. But really, it's, maybe going about it in a different way. Perhaps letting that person know that they can study with you, or, start a study group so that person can actually join in or something. That's just like an example of it. But with this impact on your 8th house, where it has to do with, finances, sex, transformation, loss, this is more about your transformation than helping or making someone else see their wrong ways. And with the Princess of Wands, it is about, self-expression and exploring your surroundings. So let me clarify this. You have the Emperor. So with those two energies, it's more that it's teaching you how to become a great leader by being open to change, open to learning. I'm going to clarify the Emperor here. You have the 10 of Cups. So this whole column here with gentleness is just having you kind of look at your how you interact with people, and assert yourself, and maybe to soften it up a bit, but you'll still be able to embrace your power and your authority in a way where it's kind of more light and people will feel more comfortable around you. So instead of this 10 of Swords, you'll get this 10 of Cups, where there's, joy and happiness in your community all around. And in the final column here with the Loyal Heart, let's take a look at the 5 of Wands. You have the 3 of Wands. So it's almost as there's kind of like conflict with respect to how you kind of look at the future, at potential success, at, could even just be a disagreement over, how stocks are going to go, or, electric cars taking over, or being more, the primary source of transportation. And just recognizing that you can be true to what you want to say without forcing it down someone's face. With the King of Wands, it is about being a visionary leader and charismatic and courageous, where people want to follow that individual. So let me clarify the King of Wands. You have the Death card, which is an indication of transformation and a loss of some sort. So let's take a look here. You have the Temperance card with balancing, with really being in a place of give and take, a place of like Zen and moderation. So it's almost that you can draw on more people and get them to see what you're capable of, when you are doing it from a place of true passion, your actual desires, and where they can kind of keep up with you. And with the Empress, it's a sense of embracing sensuality, ideas, creativity, and it's like birthing anything that you want into this world. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. So really it's kind of saying that you should come from a place of not just creating this ideal world around you as fast as you can and showing everyone else how great you are, but looking at what you want to accomplish, how you can help everyone around you rise up, and how you can take initiative to make your community, your social circle, look at things in a positive way, kind of take a new direction with this sense of gentleness and coming from a place of love and inclusion, and really just following your heart, letting other people see how your heart is passionate about something, and it will lead you to a place where you can help create prosperity not only for yourself but those people around you. And the bottom of the clarifying deck here, we have the 9 of Cups, which is basically a sense of happiness, being content, and having your cup full enough to fill the cups of others around you. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective, and we'll see you next time. Take care.